If you think it's tough saving for retirement, wait until you get to retirement and have to manage your nest egg through inflation, through God knows how many decades of life. That is a really tough question. Luckily, we have with us here today the father of the 401k, Ted Benna, now the CEO of Malvern Benefits Corporation, and someone who's thought long and hard about this question. Thanks for being here, Ted.
My pleasure, Eric.
All right, so you've shepherded your 401k through 3 decades of work. You've now got a very big nest egg at retirement. What are your choices? What can you do with all that money?
Well, the first place that you start is, what does your plan allow you to do at your company? Some plans allow employees to take their money out on a monthly basis during their retirement years. Most plans require that you have to take in a lump sum. So that's the first thing you have to ask is, what does your employer's plan allow you to do?
So do I have to take it all at once, or can I get it and spread out?
Right. And then the next part of that is, if you're allowed to leave it there and spread it out, is do you want to do that? Because the reasons that you may not like the investments. There's the fact that companies change constantly. When you're retired 10, 20 years from now, the company's been sold 3 times, and who knows where your money potentially is. Are they going to remember you? So that's a reason why you may want to consider another alternative you have, and that is to take your account and roll it over into a personal IRA. That's clearly an option that you have available to to be able to do.
So it preserves the tax-deferred nature of it, so you're not paying
Exactly.
taxes on that money and on the buildup of that money, and then you can invest it however you like.
Well, and another thing too, Eric, a lot of people, when they're approaching retirement and coming up that stage, actually you'll find they've got pockets of retirement savings in various places. I know I was in that situation myself. And, well, this is stupid, I mean, why in the world have it spread around? Make a heck of a lot more sense to get it in one place, be able to make one investment decision and have it coordinated. So one of the things I would strongly recommend, for individuals as they approach that stage, is to get it together in one place, because it's going to make it a lot easier to manage.
Well, let's say you do that and you put the money into an IRA. It's kind of sitting there in one lump sum, but that doesn't do you any good. You need a stream of income. What are your options there?
Exactly, and there are primarily 2 options you have available there. One, which a lot of people aren't aware of, is you can do what is called a systematic withdrawal out of a mutual fund. So one of your options in an IRA would be that you have your money in a single diversified account, like a target maturity fund, so it's one fund only. And then however much you need to withdraw every month, you have the mutual fund company send you that each month automatically. And it's easier to manage that process if it isn't all one diversified fund than in a half a dozen, and you're having to try and think, well, how much do I take from this one and that one and so forth. Now, another option you have, which many people need to consider, is annuitizing, which involves an insurance product that guarantees you'll never outlive the income. Now, that definitely makes sense for people who are going to have nest eggs that aren't going to allow them to live in luxury during their retirement and say, oh my God, what happens if I live for 30 years instead of 20? Well, certainly they should think seriously about perhaps buying an annuity rather than leave it in where they don't have that kind of guarantee. And then another alternative, of course, is a combination, where you do some of both, where you may say, well, look, I want a guaranteed stream, but the greater flexibility of having some of it more easily available in something like an IRA, so you do some combination.
All right, so the beauty of an annuity is that there's a guarantee that you'll never run out of money no matter how long you live, and you'll have a check a month.
Right.
The downside is that you have to give the money all away for that lump sum, and if you die, it's gone.
The insurance industry has gotten a lot more flexible. There are annuity products out there, realizing that there's a huge opportunity for them in future years here of tapping in and helping people with this problem. But they're going to have a lot better chance participating in that market if they have more flexible products. So we're seeing better products emerging to do that.
When you're young, there are certain decisions you have to make in building up your 401k, and people make mistakes. How important is it to get things right without mistakes at this stage of your life?
Hey, that's a great question, Eric. I mean, obviously, there's a big difference. At 35, you can blow it, fairly big time, and you've got time to recover. You can't at this stage. I mean, this is the point where it's very important that you be careful about what you're doing and do it properly.
All right, good. Ted, well, thanks for your help on this.
Welcome.
And thank you for watching.